Happy Monday, everybody, or happy Sunday, depending on when I upload this. So the Million Dollar Sis is back and ready to start your week off right. So today we're talking about how I randomly saw 3 sets of unbroad boobs while scrolling through TikTok the other day. And those boobs belong to 3 females who were protesting against the arrival of SHEIN in Paris at the BHV. Now, topless protesting isn't new in Europe, but I bet you would never guess what really has the French government stepping in. And you know how everyone keeps searching for that next productivity hack, like the next business trend, the next strategy that'll get them through the grind, right? What if I told you that one of the biggest keys to success, longevity, and even happiness isn't a tool, it isn't a course, and it isn't another 5 a.m. routine? And lastly, I'm going to share this audio clip with you between Lil Uzi Vert and Fat Joe. Lil Uzi Vert was on Fat Joe's podcast, and he definitely dropped a huge major gem that I think a lot of people need to listen to if you're going to be in this entrepreneur game. So welcome to the Million Dollar Society show. I am your girl, the Million Dollar Sis. Let's go.
Welcome to the Million Dollar Society. God's grace and destiny align so perfectly. Soft life, hard hustle, yeah, that's the key. We're building dreams so faithfully. The Million Dollar Sis with the plan. Faith and hustle go hand in hand. Tune in, rise up, yeah.
I want to start today with something happening right now overseas. So something that's bigger than fashion, bigger than retail, and honestly, a wake-up call for anybody building a business in 2025 and beyond. Let's talk about what's going on with the SHEIN in Paris. Now, is it SHEIN, SHEIN, SHEIN? Somebody let me know how to pronounce this word, okay? So... All right, so SHEIN is one of the biggest names in fast fashion. This is something that we know, right? So just opening their first ever permanent physical store in Paris. Now their headquarters is in Singapore, just so you know. So now they're alongside brands like Dior, Chanel, and Gucci. And if I'm being completely honest, I wouldn't want my brand sitting so close to SHEIN either if I carry myself as a high luxury brand, okay? That's can't sit with us. And I'm not saying that in an ignorant way. I'm just saying, So this should have been a huge win for them. Long lines, big crowds, lots of attention. But instead, they walked into a whole storm, okay? So because outside the grand opening, hundreds of protesters were in the streets with signs calling out SHEIN's ethics, its labor practices, its environmental impact, and its business model. So let's listen to this video that I happened to stumble across.
Tonight, protesters of fast fashion giant SHEIN rallying inside its first brick and mortar store. Demonstrators in Paris outraged over the controversial brand setting up shop in the fashion capital of the world. Some dragged out by police. SHEIN, which was founded in China in 2012 and is now based in Singapore, is commonly criticized by human rights and sustainability advocates for its labor practices and environmental impact, reportedly adding thousands of new items to its site each day. Things like dresses often sold for just $5. The company is now occupying a 10,000 square foot portion of the French department store BHV, which also touts selling luxury brands like Chanel, Dior, and Gucci.
We are fighting for 3 years now against ultra fast fashion business model. It's not only SHEIN, it's also AliExpress, it's also Temu, and I think we have to discuss what model of society we want in Europe.
The store is opening, generating even more backlash after critics pointed out images on SHEIN's website appearing to show listings for sex dolls that have childlike features. In response, France said it's taking steps to suspend online access to the retailer until the company proves its content complies with French law. SHEIN telling the BBC in a statement it's permanently banned all seller accounts linked to illegal or non-compliant sex doll products and will tighten controls across its global platform. But the country's finance minister saying, let me be very clear on this. If such conduct is repeated, we will be within our legal right, and I will ask for it to stop SHEIN's access to the French market. SHEIN did not respond to NBC News' request for comment. The company has previously denied various allegations related to working conditions, saying they are working to create a more sustainable production ecosystem and improve our suppliers' practices. Despite the protests outside the store in Paris, long lines also formed of excited shoppers. And inside,
it's an affordable brand, and that's what people love about SHEIN.
It's for her.
How much?
35 euros.
What fans of the brand would come to expect, racks of ultra cheap styles for a fraction of what's often the price.
Liz Kreutz joins us tonight from LA. Liz, so SHEIN is now the entire top floor of that department store, BHV. Have they commented on all this backlash?
Yeah, Tom, the president of the company that owns the department store has commented on both the concerns over SHEIN's labor practices and also the sale of these sex dolls. As far as the fast fashion part of it, he said, from what I can tell you, the clothes that are manufactured here respect workers' rights. He also added that he hopes the brick and mortar store will actually prevent people from just impulsive shopping like can happen online, because people will actually have to try on the clothes in the store and decide if they want them. And as far as that sex doll, he called it despicable. He said that he supports the French government's right to suspend online access, and he says he has directly addressed this with SHEIN's leadership, telling them that they need to put stricter rules in place for its online marketplace. Tom.
All right, Liz Kreutz for us tonight. Liz, we thank you.
Yeah, you heard that right. The firestorm really ignited when the French authorities discovered that SHEIN's online platform through third-party sellers had listed sex dolls designed to look like children, other explicit adult items, and content that clearly violated the French laws and the EU consumer safety standards. So this wasn't just a PR scandal. This became a legal emergency. The French government responded by launching a court case against SHEIN, moving to suspend access to their entire online platform in France, and demanding that the company prove full compliance before they'll restore access. So earlier today, while I was writing this show, I actually went on SHEIN.com and I typed in doll. First doll that popped up looked like one of those little anime dolls. Now she was clothed, but it's just something about those dolls, excuse my ignorance on the culture, but only time that I see those dolls is when people are talking sexually about those dolls. So it was kind of disturbing. Luckily, I didn't see anything else. I typed in obvious things like sex and sex doll, things like that, and nothing popped up. Toys, nothing popped up. So whoever went and scrubbed did a good job of scrubbing so far. So you know what I mean? It's a crazy world we live in now. And with all that being said, of course, there is a business lesson in all of this. Now, let's talk about why people in France specifically reacted so strongly. France has a deep cultural relationship with fashion. I mean, we all know this. Fashion Week is Milan, craftsmanship, artistry, heritage. They value things like quality, longevity, ethical production, environmental responsibility. So when a company like SHEIN, built on ultra fast, ultra cheap, high volume fashion, moves in, it feels like the exact opposite of their values. So to many French consumers, SHEIN represents overproduction, mass waste, poor labor conditions, environmental pollution, which is already deteriorating as it is, and what they call disposable culture. Imagine walking down the street, somebody be like, "Ooh, you got that disposable culture on. That's deep, So, and when you add the sex doll scandal on top of that, it's like, boom. You was a ticking time bomb. That situation was a time bomb ready to explode. So when SHEIN opened their store, it wasn't just a business launch. It was the symbol of everything they feel that threaten their cultural values and their fashion identity. This is why they protest. This is why lawmakers stepped in. And this is why the controversial is global. Now, this is not about me judging SHEIN, thou shalt not judge and all that jazz, but this is simply about learning from a billion-dollar mistake in real time. So the truth is this, okay? Fast fashion looks profitable until the world starts demanding accountability. So consumers everywhere, including your customers, are becoming more conscious, more intentional and more vocal about where they spend their money, especially when it's coming few and far between for some people that do want to support you. All right. Now, think about your supply chain. Your supply chain matters. If you don't know what your vendors, partners, or third-party sellers are doing, you're still. And if you enjoyed that clip so far, make sure you check out the whole episode. That link will be down in the description bar below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with somebody you know that would appreciate this work I've been putting in for y'all. And don't forget to join my Discord and all that other good stuff to get in contact with me and to know about everything else I got going on. Just check the description bar below. Know that God loves you and I love you too.
Rise up, yeah, you're blessed, and you know it's only by the best. The Million Dollar Society podcast, where faith meets success.